Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Langreskaya, playing today spawning in the south. We have KIMBO God as OKW, and he's straight away locked in special operations. Facing off against him in the north is Finndeed as the Soviets, who has armored assault, guard motor, and guard rifle combined arms. Both these players almost identical ranks in the high rank 20s with their respective factions, so should be in for a good match. The stem pioneer is actually being used over here, not putting any wire down on this, which is a bit lazy. Should be wiring these pieces of cover off so your opponent can't use them as they push through in this direction. But also interesting to note, not getting aggressive with the stern pioneers. Perhaps he hopes to use them on this flank and then come around this side when he makes a push with a cut-off eventually. So he's kind of just wandering around looking for an opportunity. Good to get some sandbags down in that middle VP early. And looks like he's just going to push straight onto the cut-off right now. Indeed's got a conscript squad nearby. Looks like they're going to make it to the heavy cover first. And because they made it to the heavy cover, KIMBO decides to pull back. Doesn't want to risk charging in and losing the engagement because of it. But he's got two now coming in at the same time. This one's going to run straight for the cutoff. This one's going to continue to duke it out. I feel like they should just both just run straight at the squad and try to bully it. Squad is coming through here. Looks like it wants to get on his opponent's cutoff, perhaps. A pretty even fight there, but Finndeed really needs another squad to help defend against this push on his cutoff. Now he's finally got the squads on the right hand flank coming into the middle, but too late. He's lost his cutoff and there's a sandbag up on it now. That's a disaster scenario for him. Two conscripts here available on the flank, but here come the stern pioneers. Probably going to take care of this one. Hoorahing away to safety. Just going to allow his second squad of conscripts to force away the stern pioneers. Nice use of hoorah there. Squad getting onto the cutoff themselves, but actually would not be a cutoff because KIMBO in control. That central VP would be connected by it. Like the stern pioneers finally get overwhelmed by the reinforced conscripts, but that was a pretty strong push. Should be leaving his two-man squad doing the capping there. Slight mistake, and also a slight mistake. He spotted that mine, but he ends up getting designated as the stern pioneers ran away, or perhaps put away the sweeper at a poor timing. So yeah, a bit late from Finndeed getting back onto the cutoff there with the two-man squad. Must have been a missed command. So a little bit unlucky there. He's going into tier 2 now. Also got the medics down. KIMBO's got his truck out. And yeah, now these guys truck out. We'll have access to the incendiary grenades. So I would expect to see some of them here, but he's just rushing straight down the middle with his blob. And he doesn't have the manpower to get a maximum yet. Can't really stop this kind of tactic. It's kind of just got to fight blob versus blob. Oh, he's got the flamethrower upgrade now. Comes the incendiary grenade. Stern pioneers got forced away early. He's almost go down there. It looks like Finndeed's gonna hang tough in the cutoff sector there.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
He's just slugging it out on that cutoff. His engagements go slightly better for Finndeed since he had the medics. His squad's coming out on full health. I think it's been helping in these engagements. KIMBO now puts down a crate for his medics and he's gone for the mechanized regiment. So, and I believe that the medic crates did actually receive the changes. Oh, they left them at 45. Really wish they left them at 40. So yeah, they increased the price on these, but now they have the AoE heal on them. It's a change that I don't think was mentioned in the patch notes initially. Flamethrower doing some good work here. Looks like he might use the merge as well to keep them on the battlefield. The squad did manage to get neutralized on the fuel. I think certainly KIMBO's had superior fuel control so far. And he's gonna go for the Maxim, but this is coming in very late. This has been a very manpower intensive match. Both players bleeding a lot of models so far. And often, when going for this kind of build, you can struggle to squeeze in a Maxim. Which may lock him into going for an AT gun here. He's trying to tech now, is just going to be too slow. This looks threatens to do too much damage. If he maybe skipped the Maxim, teched, he could probably afford to just, you know, suffer a little bit of bleed to the Panzer II whilst he waits for the T-70 to arrive. But because he went for the Maxim, just misses the mine. Now he's in a tough position on what to do. Oh man, that's a good damage. It's just coming around on the flank. Got the AT grenade unlocked. But maybe hoping to get the snare off. That's one way to slow down the damage looks it's going to do here. Try to bait it away. Maybe he's going to try hoorah in and get the AT grenade in. I'm not sure. Either way, this conscript's about to lose a whole bunch of models. He did lock in guard rifle, but remember now PPSHs cost 60 munitions. So they will be coming online a little bit more slowly. Indeed, is indeed going for the Zis. Because as I said, trying for tier 3 at this stage will just end the loss. Oh my god! One more flame burst might have killed that squad, but conversely he probably would have lost the squad to the looks if he stuck around for a little bit longer, so just takes the mutual retreat. Going in the building the Zis, just hitting the battlefield, coming in from the wrong spawn though. Could cost him a little bit of time.
Are capturing our supplies.
G34 for KIMBO, but we got a Maxim back there. Maxim usually wins those machine gun battles, even since it received those changes. Here comes the Zis. Tries to set up, but too slow. Rotating it around now. It's like the MG34 is shooting at the machine gun. Now it's going to be forced away. Conscripts making their way down this flank, but Looks is there to try and force them away. Good cut-off control though from KIMBO so far. It's been some nice aggressive plays. Conscripts. Oh, you can see they're about to start the AT grenade animation, but just didn't get it off by a whisker. Super unlucky there. Looks up to 11 kills now. Remember, the timing on the looks should be a wee bit faster now than last patch, which is why it's becoming more popular from what I've seen so far. Nice attack ground through the hedge by Finndeed. Seems like he's starting to stabilize now. Gets another good hit in there. Nicely done. But still, this looks has done a lot of damage. KIMBO deciding to put down his battle group HQ. Wants those medics. Wants to, you know, stop paying through the nose for the healing. Doesn't want to continue using those medic crates. And of course, he has the option of going for the Command Panther. So doesn't really need his tier 4 up. Indeed, finishing up his tier 3 now. At this stage, probably too late to go for the T70, but might consider going for the SU-76. Ooh, nice Sis barrage. Oh, he retreats right through it. Oh man, I thought that could have been a wipe. See, T-grenade off. T-gun gets one shot in. Looks a bit slow to react. It's to safety. Goes for the attack ground. Doesn't quite get it. But yeah, Finndeed seems to be stabilizing a bit more now.
Additional resources are now available to your commander.
Man, that barrage, it cools down really fast, doesn't it?
Guards troops ready for action.
Didn't realize that. Calling in some guards as well. So I would guess now that Finndeed's going to go straight for tier 4. Which is also a pretty good option. Because of course KIMBO can't get anything bigger than the Puma really until 12 CPs. So that leaves a decent window for Finndeed to build a medium tank and for it to have dominance over the battlefield. Before the Command Panther arrives. But it looks like KIMBO actually getting his tech truck out. So he wants to put down his tier 4. Just trying to shoot at range. Eventually destroys the cover, so the machine gun very exposed, has to retreat.
We are losing territory.
And now these Fox Raiders with these TGs looking to run amok on this right hand side.
Supply sector under attack.
Still only got one conscript squad with PPSHs. Indeed, munitions control has been quite poor. And he has been using the Zis barrage. Oh, he is going for the SU-76. That's a surprise. This is doing a lot of damage to him. The T-grenade gets off there. This rotating around now. But, you know, he's going to be able to hide it behind these shot blockers. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the kills. He's also got a lot of infantry there for support. And he's trying to make a play on the left hand side there in response. A nice grenade actually clears out one squad. And perhaps he's going to go hunting now with this freshly built SU-76 try catch this as it slowly retreats. Here comes the flamethrower, forcing away these Volksgrenadiers. Guards trying to come down the side. It's heading out in this direction. Remember now it's got slower rate of fire, longer reload. And you have to pay munitions for the barrage, but the barrage is identical to this one. And there goes the looks. SU-76 and this connecting. PTRS finishing the job.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Just couldn't respond in time to that AT grenade. So that's a good win for Finndeed, but as I mentioned, this game has been very violent for both players and the command point clock is rocketing around.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Close to the in-game abilities, Finndeed with the Sternvik. KIMBO might not actually go for the Command Panther now. This is build his tech structure and waiting for the Command Panther will probably take a bit too long. Probably going to go for the Panzer IV. SU-76 comes and wants to try to crush these sandbags. So this isn't behind heavy cover anymore. DP's nearly upgraded on the guards, so they'll be a lot more powerful after that. Remember, they cost, I believe they cost 9 now, right? It says they cost 8. Still. Ooh. Conscripts go down to the tier 4 tick. Maybe he was over on this side. To the blob, I'm not sure. Either way, things have certainly stabilized for Finndeed after that tough start. This guy's tier 4 tech in production now and already has enough fuel for a T-34, so KIMBO is now the one struggling for fuel a little bit. He did have to invest, you know, more fuel to that mechanized building and the healing. Just why his first medium tank's going to be so slow despite his strong map control so far. It's just coming around on the flank of the MG34. MG34 probably could not win this even though it got the suppression in first anyway, unless it was using the incendiary rounds. Here come 2 squads on the flank. Just with BPSHs though, hurrahing in. Guards. Oh, nice. Infiltration grenades. Good counter to hit the dirt. Now Finndeed's line. Staying strong, losing control over here on the far right though. KIMBO snuck a squad up there. Gonna get the neutralized, slow Finndeed's fuel a little bit. Interesting to see KIMBO goes for the STGs on his overs. T-34 coming in for Finndeed with the T-34 SU-76 combo. Finndeed's going to be ruling the map. KIMBO still 40 fuel away from his own Panzer IV.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Oh, 40 fuel? 30 fuel, right? Now 20. Oh! Conscripts get the wipe there. Late retreat from KIMBO. Guess he just didn't respect the damage of the unupgraded conscripts enough. But it's basically one wipe apiece. Finndeed, remember, lost his conscripts earlier. Getting creeping around on this far side, hoping to catch the Su-76. Gotta be careful though, running around like this. If it gets flanked, it can very easily die. When it dies and gets crewed by Soviets, that is quite often game losing for the OKW player. High risk play here. Oh, MG34, I mean, Maxim slightly off target here. Charging straight onto the cutoff, but here comes the T-34. Gonna force away those obers, and Flamethrower manages to get close enough by cycling through the building to flush out the MG34. And during this, Finndeed has managed to cap down this left hand side, so he's got decent fuel income coming in. Now even better with double fuel connected. Indeed, recrewing and reinforcing that Zis, so he's in a pretty good position. KIMBO going for another squad of obers.
We are as ready as we can be. The sector is at risk.
Oh, runs over a mine.
Combat unit ready.
T-34 is going to go for the chase. Where's the Raketin? Back in base reinforcing. Oh, and the T-34 is getting some nice attack round shots here through the hedge. Oh, that one bounces. He goes for the button. Oh, a second bounce. That could have been the end of that Panzer IV, but extremely close call there. Oh, Maxim runs a bit too far forwards. Probably going to go down here. Nope, somehow gets away. But this is a pretty powerful force of infantry coming through the middle with no machine gun to stop it. And T-34 is also out of commission. Bit late on the retreat of his Zis here. Nice infiltration grenades again, denying that heavy cover. Maxim once again running a little bit too far forwards. But it looks like they're not focusing him down, going for the PPSH conscripts, and they go down. Now switches targets to the Maxim. Maxim having trouble setting up, going through the death loop. Maxim goes down as well. Oh, this is going horribly wrong for Finndeed. Oh, this squad, what is he doing? Did he just fall asleep during this engagement? He's lost everything. Guards cannot steal the weapon. They're fully loaded on their weapon slots. Looks like Conscript's going to come forward, get the flamethrower here. P4 already back up to full health, coming back out. Su-76 is also at full, but no combat engineers right now because he lost that squad just then. Indeed, managed that last engagement just horribly. But I know that feeling when, you know, you're not quite ready for a push, you can feel very overwhelmed.
The enemy is taking what
So yeah, now he's down 2 squads of conscripts and a combat engineer. And during that engagement, those ogres got a lot of variancy. Both of them very close to Vet 2 now, which is the magic number. 40% accuracy, 25% weapon cooldown. They turn into absolute terminators at Vet 2.
Engineers ready for assignment. We need to re-establish our
Finndeed does have the magic button though.
The enemy has taken our supply
Probably going to buy him enough time to rebuild, steady his army. But it feels like he needs KIMBO to perhaps slip up with his tank micro to get himself back in the game. 76 rotating around the long way, hoping to get some free hits in here. Before doing a lot of damage to the building. Maxim in a good position this time. Getting some nice suppression in. But once again, Ober's charging out the middle. Putting pressure on the Zis. Now clearing out the Maxim really quickly. Guards in the building though doing good damage. And here comes the IL-2s.
enemy forces capturing supply sector.
As you can see, they're not as lethal. Probably would have killed that Ober squad in a previous iteration. But today, uh-oh, SU-76 derping out a little bit here. Rakitten's nearby as well. Rakitten doesn't get a shot off. SU-76 briefly reveals itself. Looks like plane's going after this squad and they get it on retreat. One-man squad goes down. As I said, IL-2 buying Finndeed time to get his tanks back up to full health, rebuild the engineers, and now KIMBO, who is playing very riskily, leaving this Panzer IV on the field at quarter health instead of bringing it back for repairs. Now Finndeed's on the hunt for it. Oh, nice attack round through the hedge. One more shot and it's dead. But, oh, he goes for it for the SU-76. Doesn't quite get it. Close call though, a nice attempt by Finndeed. But could have lost Panzer IV there. Remember, one of those SU-76 shots bounced when it was around here. So that could have been a dead P4, and Finndeed might have taken the lead right there if that was the case. Probably would have, in fact. Finndeed going for a second Maxim. I think that's a good choice. Because those Obers are going to start shredding him. Even the Maxims are going to struggle against the Obers if they snipe the gunner and it goes into the death loop.
MG squad awaiting orders. Our enemy has only 200 points.
Finndeed. So he's saving up his manpower now. Perhaps he's going to be going for another vehicle. KIMBO has gone for a second Panzer IV. So it seems like he's gearing up for a push now. Well, especially if this Rakitten gets some damage on the SU-76. He feels like this is an opportune time to make a push. Still there's this, which hasn't been used very well so far. There we go, Maxim shutting down those Obers. Those flares on cooldown. Perhaps wasn't aware of the exact positions.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Close range this barrage here. It looks like this got cancelled somehow. There's this barrage. And the P4's found a sneaky angle to get some long range hits in. To attack ground hits. Almost knock it out. KV-1 for Finndeed. Well, that's probably a good choice actually. Got the extra armor and health. Just makes it a bit easier to use. Can just lead the way in those forward charges. And not as it. Oh, Look how close he is to that mine. P4. He chooses to come back in on low health. Could go down there. Yeah, KV1 I think is a good choice. Using multiple T-34s in situations like this where they're so heavily outmatched by the OKW Panzer IVs is just so tricky. Much easier to just lean on KV1. Let that do the majority of the tank v tank combat. Try use the T-34 as more of an anti-infantry role, but also for a little bit of anti-tank support. Also the way they're kitting, so he's feeling a bit more bold with his KV1 now. Especially if he's got support for it. But he doesn't have enough support for it here. Much better if he had a ZIS, but that's retreating back to base to get reinforcements. So this isn't a particularly good engagement for the Panzer IV. And here comes the EC-76. T-34 is over here. Perhaps could use the secure mode on it. So he knows that the Panzer IVs are on the other side right now. So he's about to do that now. Kevin setting up before they're in support. Getting bounces though. He's a Maxim over here to try and do something about this. Uh-oh. But it gets flanked by the Obers. They're doing so much damage. Stuck in the death loop. Probably going to go down, but in a safe position. Won't be stolen. And on the back of that Maxim D crew, KIMBO getting aggressive. Bringing up his Raketen. Just going to get some hits in here. So the other Maxim's going to go down as well. T-34 finally comes in from the other flank, chases away those Obers. And where was the ZIS throughout all this? The far left flank. Ooh.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Getting some hits in. Now it's going to retreat. And it looks like that's going to be a pullback from KIMBO. Probably shouldn't continue the attack if he doesn't have the support of his Raketen. Conscripts close by and they get the AT grenade off. This could be a dead Panzer IV. He's got Stern Pioneers here for support. The other Panzer IV is going in, but the KV-1's going to flank it. Oh, but main gun destroyed on the SU-76. Oh, we could have got a snare on this one as well. KV-1 facing the wrong direction. Oh, but this conscript squad's going to get the AT grenade off, and here comes the ZIS. He's 2 hits to kill, but he's getting focus fired by these Volkswagens. Manages to clear the arc of the ZIS with the P4, but oh, it's going to go down. Here comes the KV-1 coming in for the kill. But he's getting rear armor hits. Oh, but main gun destroyed on the Panzer IV. T-34 comes in at the ideal moment, gets the kill, and the other one goes down to the KV-1. The ZIS gets recrewed by KIMBO. Can he get the kill? KV-1 hasn't got engine damage. Even though it's slow, I think it's going to outrun the ZIS, and so is the the T-34. And that's the side effect. KIMBO, you know, he'd retreated his Raketen. Didn't have enough support for his tanks. Should have just pulled back. You know, he made a pretty nice push there, inflicted a lot of damage, had some good territory control, but he stayed in there without the proper support, and he got punished for it. Now he's switching to a Panther.
You appear suited for command.
Doesn't really need the Panzer IV because he's got the Obers for his anti-infantry duties. Stolensis doesn't manage to get away. Did he steal the Maxim? What is this? MG34. The Maxim up here get destroyed? What happened to it? Maxim here. No, I have no idea what happened to that Maxim. Maybe it got destroyed. Either way, if Finndeed can recruit all those team weapons, his army size should shoot up. Only got one combat engineer still though. For all these tanks, needs another one. But he's going for another tank instead. I think that's a mistake. Should just focus on repairing his tanks. Panther coming in, wants to go for the kill. Perhaps sensing the lack of repairs. He's got the flares, so he knows exactly what's going on. Panther coming in for the kill. Main gun destroyed on the Su-76. Didn't manage to repair that one off. Would have been really close to it. The machine gun takes out the engineering team. Panther finishes the tank. Finndeed juking it out with the Panther though. Remember, it's got lower frontal armor. Looks like you bounce these hits. Goes for the ram. Oh, looks like he got engine damage. That's pretty lucky. This is nearby. Could try get the kill on this now. Probably like a less than 50% chance of that getting the engine damage there. But it comes good, and there goes the Panther. So total armor destruction for both sides almost. Still got this heavily wounded KV-1, but seems to have left KIMBO in the worst position. If he just said that those two tanks were enough, instead of trying to go for the kill on this as well, maybe he could have gotten away.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Looks like he was gearing up for a salvage there, but cancelled it. I honestly think the conscripts might have won that engagement. Shows how strong those PPSH conscripts are. Probably would have beaten the Vet 3 overs with the STGs. Gonna kill that Maxim now. Water just stays alive. 2 men. Stern Pioneer's bullying here. Guards throw the grenade, but it's not enough. Nice dodge by KIMBO. They're gonna escape, but took heavy casualties there. Indeed, it's looking to secure the VPs. 41 left for KIMBO, so Indeed just secures the double cap for a little bit here. He's in a good position to win. KV-1 almost fully repaired as well. This is some strong infantry from KIMBO. And he's just about saved up enough for another Panther if that's the direction he chooses to go in. Indeed, very low on manpower. These Obers bleeding them hard. So can't really afford to get another tank just in terms of manpower. Got plenty of fuel. No munitions either, so no IL-2s to bail him out. the exact situation. He needed that Maxim that was up here before to help repel these incoming squads.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
Try to spread his squads across the entire arc of the machine gun whilst the mortar goes to work. What is that Vet 3? KV1 coming in from the side. Rakeden hearing it through the fog. Starts rotating now.
Our HQ is under attack.
KV1 doing some good damage, but Rakeden in position now. Guards have to retreat to the infiltration grenades. And it's going to be a Panzerfaust in the KV1.
Neutralizing a sector.
Or not? Why wasn't that?
Awaiting command.
We have an isolated sector.
Trying to use his Zis here to do some capping. Indeed himself getting quite low on the VPs. Going to retreat his combat engineers, which were out here capping, so no repairs on the KV1 yet. Not much use against this freshly built Panther unless it's on high health. Panther wants to come in here for the kill though, looks like. This is very risky with the Zis and conscripts nearby. He's just going in for him. Just facing the wrong direction. Gonna have to change now. Very late to change directions on his Zis. KV1 also late to retreat. Panther going in. Conscripts gonna hit the dirt. Panther attacks ground, misses. And Panther has to give up the chase. I don't know if this squad wasn't to hit the dirt mode, could have got in there for an anti-tank grenade. Finndeed's anti-tank gun positioning was a little bit sharper as well. It's conceivable that would have been a dead Panther. But he is in a lot of trouble. All this vetted up infantry just bullying his squads. Going for another Maxim. He's in a tough position. If only he just recrewed that Maxim that was up here by his cutoff. Sitting around there for ages. Could have got it.
Machine gun team prepared for combat.
Saved himself, you know. Good amount of manpower there.
We are awaiting orders.
Could also be using the flare on his mortar as well. Let's try to push down this flank, but no luck. Over's coming in for a hot flank. KV1 still not up to full health.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Shows
Supply
how big of a problem this is. That he left his combat engineers out trying to cap for so long. Going forward though, because he needs it to try and stop these overs from pushing. Looks like the base MGs though, saving the day, suppressing these squads. Because these trees have been crushed by the Panther earlier. That's actually... that's actually really lucky for Finndeed. Those overs were threatening to do some damage there. Perhaps that's like a late game strategy you could use if you want. Just crush all these hedgerows. This base machine gun covering this flank a little bit. Machine gun not quite facing the correct direction to stop these stern pioneers, but Vet 3 guards now forcing them away quite quickly. It's a different story to earlier when they were only Vet 1. Got their bonuses now.
We have only 50 points remaining.
Make them a lot stronger. Vet 5 and Vet 4 Obers. But they're not going to be much use if they both get suppressed. Mixing having trouble though. Max range finally gets him. Panther comes forwards, but Panther actually on quite low health. Hasn't repaired it from those Zis shots earlier. And Finndeed looking for the triple cap here. KIMBO very low on VPs. Maxim doing some good work here. Oh, this squad of conscripts with PPSHs and a flamethrower. Just shredding that squad. And perhaps KIMBO using those Obers a bit too aggressively in the center. Having them forced away to retreat. It might cost them the game here if you use them a bit more defensively. Try and cover the VPs on the flanks. Might have had some more success than charging them into the center. Near where that Maxim is. Nice grenade from the guards. Obers threatened to go down. Returns fire with the grenade. Doesn't quite get the kill. Raketen flanked by the KV-1. Panther looks like it's taken too much damage from the Zis and the guards, and that's it. KIMBO loses, drains out on the VPs. Oh, he made some greedy plays going for the base dives. Losing himself that Panther over here. Probably the critical moment in this match. But also, you know, when he's out here, when that Raketen got forced away, just continued to fight with almost no support. He had Sturmpanies there. Maybe if he had like a squad that had a Panzerfaust available, he might have been able to stay in there, but it's got greedy. Leaving his tanks in there with improper support cost him there as well. But well played by Finndeed as well. He just hung in there, kept playing hard, and eventually KIMBO making a few mistakes allowed him to turn the game around. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.